know you'll be missing me. I figured out surprisingly that my last video dedicated to nuclear war collected just barely above 20 views, as opposed to my video dedicated to Russia-Ukrainian conflict. So this is how the whole world around us. We care about some secondary things, but we don't care about what's gonna happen with us the next minute. So I salute you guys. Let's be like that, right? So nobody, basically 20 people or 25 persons care about a nuclear threat and the history, how the whole stuff developed, and almost 300 of my viewers, they do care about conflict between Russia and Ukraine, although it's not conflict between Russia and Ukraine, as I already outlined. It's mostly conflict between Kremlin people and the NATO headquarters, and those who manage, who supervise NATO activities in Europe. Okay. So I'm standing, see, this is a large hypermarket, and I'm gonna visit it right now in just a few minutes, especially for you, because we're gonna discuss today the inflation, the phenomenon of worldwide inflation, how it's affecting our lives. Recently, Wall Street Journal invited former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers, who, as you know, acts as a fierce critic of current Fed, of what's Fed is doing right now, and he predicts a plummeting of the US economy into deep recession soon. And also several top bankers attended that interview, and basically the bottom line was again the fiercest critique of the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, of his monetary loosening program, monetary tightening. Obviously, he is ramping up with interest rates right now. And the next morning, what I saw in the news headlines on my Bloomberg monitor was a speech by the current US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who replied that basically she doesn't see anything wrong with functioning of the US financial markets, so they function the proper manner, and the financial authorities do what they can. And actually, I tend to agree with Janet Yellen, because indeed the financial authorities, Fed is doing what he can. He is just raising interest rates. The Congress is doing something. It's adopted recently the bill against the inflation, although this bill assumes more spending of just $3. But nevertheless, someone is just pretending that everyone is doing something, including our authorities. But the ruble is strengthening, including against the dollar, which makes Russian ruble unique as opposed to European and British currency, which is, plummeting today after incumbent Liz Truss announced the additional tax breaks, which will be funded from borrowing, and it was highly criticized by the IMF. So yeah, I agree, it might additionally ramp up inflation in the Great Britain and Europe, because, as you know, the euro and British pound, they both plummeting against the dollar, and their central banks only started the process of tightening. Therefore, it's like if we expect 20% inflation based on everyday prices in the US, like probably 15% inflation in Russia. That's what I expect. But on the other hand, I expect close to 30% inflation in Europe and the Great Britain, because of their central banks is apparently lagging behind in terms of monetary policy, and on top of that, their home currencies, they're becoming weaker against the US dollar. That's how this cumulative effect will convert into the much higher inflation that in the US. So the bottom line is everyone is doing something good, but in the end of the day we still see elevated inflation and a lot of talks, a lot of gossips, and dissatisfaction. And we cannot be satisfied, obviously, about the whole thing. So the truth is, again, we are here talking about the truth. I swear about my impartiality. I'm not trying to reach any hidden goals to get some money or be paid, or I'm paid by someone to set up this blog and try to like lecture you guys. Nothing of that kind. So we have to see the reality. The reality is that in every item, in every merchandise that you buy, the statistics shows that about 30% of it is made with Chinese labor, and about 40% is made of Russian natural resources, be it metals like aluminum, copper, anything like iron, or just petrochemicals, right? So the way the sanctions work, they basically try to isolate Russian production from the rest of the world, so the rest of the world will be bearing the brunt of not being able to use this 40% of natural resources within the production. So they should be taken from some other places like Australia, maybe Canada, and then delivered to the place where they usually used, like in China. So on top of that less availability of these natural resources, they will have longer trucks, longer distances to get into the production spots. So this is how it works. It cannot be replaced because we all live on Mother Earth. There is no way to get it from Mars or us to relocate to Mars to build new productions in other planet, wherever it is. So the bottom line is when someone of our politicians tell us we need to talk with Putin or something, nobody will because the politicians, they are top paid professionals. They are there to be able to negotiate. They're diplomats. They must be good at that. If they're not able to negotiate to keep this world together, then probably it's just what comes first to my mind. They will be probably better off by stepping down, by resigning and giving the baton to someone else who is able to negotiate. Because if we not negotiate, if we start to bully, like politicians say, look what's going on, it's intolerable, we need to change it, then it's like cross-finger pointing, right? So they point their fingers on economists. Economists say, well, we do what we can in this situation, nothing else we can do. And it's like going, it's a vicious cycle. Okay, I don't want to be too wordy today. We're just moving to the hypermarket. Thank you. Yeah, so let's start with sales, with products put on sales. This one is milk, which nobody wants to drink because it's concentrated. Milk, it's not real. So as you see, 950 milliliters, which is almost 1 liter or a quarter, a bit. Okay, it's about a quarter. 70 rubles, which is $1.08. This is sour cream. Also about $1. And what's that? I'm trying to figure out volume of, it's a 300 grams. It's about 3/4 pounds. No, less than 3/4. Two-thirds of a pound. Cakes, 425 rubles, which is approximately, let me figure out, $7, I think so. This one is really great, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it. A lot of biscuits, no layers inside, but it's even cheaper. But this is per 100 grams. It's just 100 bucks. This one, how much? It's just 161 rubles, which is approximately $3.60, or less than $3. It's $2.75. Nuts. Butter, a milk butter, sweetened milk butter, which is 30% off at 279 rubles, which equals to $3, I think. $3. Is it good? I think it's pretty decent price, right, for this. $3? No, not $3. Let me check. $64. It's like $4.50. I beg my pardon. It's not $3. It's $4.50. But it's 82.5% fat. So it's sure what the bacon. Bacon is $2.70. I think. $2.70. That's a set of sushi at approximately, let me see, $8. Yeah, that's 90. Yes, about that. No, it's not $8. It's $18, right? $18. Oh, I'm not good at calculating numbers without piece of paper, so it was not the set of sushi was not $18, it was actually $14. Okay, never mind. What we see here, the cognac, pretty much decent cognac like Hennessy. The volume is 1.5 liters, right? 1.5 liters, and it costs about how much? 36, I think, dollars, right? Let's check. Rosier also about that, but the volume is only a third of a liter. So see the difference, right? So I'm just giving you an example of how much the inflation in Europe is higher than inflation for domestic stuff. Domestic stuff, we'll just come to that again. I don't want to set up some storyline that our domestic stuff is much cheaper than the imported. It's always been like that, but European stuff is particularly expensive, and so nobody actually. It's not that some people can afford it, but it doesn't give really good value at money. That's the main concern. So this is French Camus, 0.7 liters at almost 4,800 rubles, which is $40, I think. Yes, something like $40. No, wait a minute. What $40? It's not $40 because 6,000 6,000 rubles will be $100, right? But so this one is like what, $75. I don't think anyone's gonna buy French cognac canoe at $75. I mean, this pricing doesn't belong to this country. Let's go. Now we see wines. This one's supposed to be with discount, and it's about Italian. I think it's Italian, but it's a young wine, 2020, and it costs approximately $18 per bottle. Of 0.75. It's pretty expensive, but this shop actually has rather expensive wine bottles, because I know a special discounter which can give a better price. This one I probably grab. It's Italian Chianti with the brand of this hypermarket, Globus, where I'm at right now. It used to be $6.99, right now it's 500 rubles, and the volume is 0.75 liters, which stands for what, less than $10, $8 per bottle. Not a bad deal, I think, right? We're at the juice aisle, and what we see now here is the orange juice. It's like a standard orange juice, 1 liter. And it costs about $3, I think. It's pretty expensive. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything like that, because it's, yeah, $3 is pretty expensive. But with the mix of mango and orange, it's a bit cheaper. Actually, how much is $2.60? This one is also mango, even less, like $2.50, I think. We're trying to locate better known brands to give you an idea. This is Italian Santal, and it's pineapple. And the pineapple is about $2.50 per liter. Now we're approaching the mineral water aisle. This one is domestic, which is it costs next to nothing. 1.5 liters for $42. Oh, I wish for 42 rubles actually, which has what, less than $1? Yeah, it's about 80 cents per bottle of 1.5 liters. 80 cents. Let's go next. I'm looking for the one which I like. I don't see it here, because those are sulfites, and I like it's more sour. Yeah, here we go. I found it. That's the local Russian brand, which costs slightly above $1 per bottle. It's like $1.05, I think. I'm gonna grab one. Teas and coffee. Let's see what we have. Coffee will be, of course, particularly expensive, because coffee is not grown in Russia. Those are whole bean coffees, not milled. You want to go to the standard bricks of those prepared for Turkey or your coffee machine. This one goes with a discount
and it's 250 grams, goes for 300 rubles, which is what, let me see, $3, no, for 5, yes, yeah, it's exactly $5 for 250 grams, goes with a 24% discount, and it's Robusta. It's a mix of Arabica and Robusta. And you know what, guys, I forgot to tell you that this final price, we don't have here at the counter sales tax. So what you see is what you pay. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this because I'm soon go outside the country, so I don't think I'm gonna buy this one. But let's see, what about teas? Those are bagged tea. This one is apparently kind of cheap. It was 160 rubles, now it's like 99 or 100 rubles with a 37% discount. Let me see what it is. It's a Kenyan tea. What's this? 25 tea bags. It's a black tea, Kenyan black tea. So 99 cents is like $1. 40 cents. Well, no, $1.60, I think. $1.60. That's the temptation for many ladies who just try to compensate it by going to a gym. That's a big challenge for me also as well, because it's not that I am too much inclined to too much obsessed with sweets, but nevertheless I like to sometimes grab something. So let's see, I try to use as few creams in it and the margarine and the E type of artificial additions. So this one is called cottage cheese. So it could have been baked with regular flour and cottage cheese. It's called Twist, and it's 145 rubles, which stands for $2 and 30 cents. No, 40 cents. $2.40. How does it sound cheaper? Go to the regular cakes. Those are regular cakes. This one is a very well-known international brand. Those few folks who used to live here as expatriate remember that taste, but it's very fatty. It is a lot of calories. I need to run pedals at the gym for probably 5 or 6 hours if I only take one piece of it. So it costs also on a discount, 13% discount. It's kind of heavy, 900 grams. It's almost 1 kilo, this one, and it's 900 rubles, which is what, it's like $16. I just didn't want to take extra time for standing in a line before the deli department, but I grabbed several deli stuff. This one is called pudding, but essentially it's a cheesecake, local version. We prepare it differently from New York cheesecake. It's called cottage cheese pudding, and the damage was 200 rubles for me, and for what was the weight, it's like almost 400 grams, about a third of kilogram, which is, as I said, approximately 2/3 of a pound. And in dollars it would be something in proximity of $3 $3.20 about that. So what do you think? How expensive it is to pay about $3.20 for 2/3 of a pound for the cheesecake? This is pretty much what I used to pay in the States when I was living there and going for the shopping. I don't know how much this stuff right now. Tell me please. And also grab this one, which is essentially a mashed potato baked with a layer of ground beef. And it went for more expensive, around I think $4. Let me see. Yeah, almost $5, so $4.80. But yeah, and approximately the same weight, about 400 grams of 385 grams. This might be actually interesting for some folks, because this is what I'm inflation buying. I used to buy those because I like homemade hamburgers, and this one is fresh, made of fresh meat. So those are basically fresh meat hamburgers. Probably grab one like this. It has 2 burgers, and they cost 215 rubles, which is how much? Let me see. Almost $4, right? No, it's $3.70 for 2 burgers. What do you think? For 2 burgers from fresh cut ground beef. And I contemplate inflation because last year I used to buy exactly the same pack of burgers for 165 rubles. So it's about 20% inflation over the course